Star Wars Young Jedi Knights The Emperor's Plague Chapter 6. Nola Tracona gritted her sharpened teeth when she learned the impending arrival of the New Republic inspection team. Her hirelings had failed to find either Born on Thol or the location of the Emperor's Plague storehouse, and now she had been pushed against her wall. Her glorious political movement was in grave danger. Her finest plan, her highest expectations, had been thwarted so far. The Diversity Alliance might never be able to unleash its storm of vengeance to obliterate the human race in punishment for the evils of the past. She had tried, and she had failed because of the one missing piece of information. Her hopes of liberating all oppressed species had collapsed like an imploding star. Even so, Nola did not intend to give up willingly. She would make her mark in blood, if nothing else. When pushed to the wall, some creatures were turned very vicious indeed. She summoned Rawlok, the Quarren representative, the Cambion, the Devereaux female whose willy ways had allowed her to move up quickly in the ranks of the Diversity Alliance. Cambria had recruited many members, both from her own race and from the downtrodden species. Nola also sent for Kursk, her reptilian Trandoshan general, wounded in the combat by the young Wookiee who had betrayed them and fled back to his cronies at the New Republic. She looked stonily at the three generals as they came forward. All had increased in rank since the untimely death of her Wolfman adjunct advisor, Horvath. The New Republic is sending a team to inspect Ryloth, Nola said, and we must choose whether to surrender meekly or to fight to the death. We can either be cowards or martyrs, and I know which I must choose. She didn't ask for their decision. She knew Corsic would fly into battle frenzy, but Rulacook and Cambria were not as quite determined to lay down their lives for a dream. They had come to the Diversity Alliance to gain personal glory, and Nola doubted they would sacrifice their own blood for the cause. We've gathered arms, weapons, explosives, Nola pointed out. We have a few fighting ships, enough for a small armada. We have sufficient weaponry and devoted soldiers to make a stand here. We can fight. We will lure the unsuspecting New Republic team into our catacombs and slaughter them. Then we will declare Ryloth neutral, exempt from human law, and refuse to grant them any further access. Cambria looked astonished. But they will never let you go away with that. They will force their way in, howling for revenge. Nola stiffened. Her tattooed headtail lashed back and forth. We have the power of righteousness on our side. If we become martyrs, the whole galaxy will see how humans treat any resistance to their domination. Cambria took a step backward. The Quarren fidgeted, his face tentacles quivering. Corsic stood like a towering statue. Kill humans, he said in a gargling voice. The signal alerted Nola, and she felt cold inside. She hadn't expected the human team to arrive for another day, but at least it would be just like them to catch the Diversity Alliance unawares. One of the Duros command systems operators signaled them. Esteemed Tarcona, Boba Fett's ship had arrived. He bears urgent information for you. Boba Fett! She did not allow herself to hope. The masked bounty hunter had already reported failure too many times. Still, he would have come without good reason. She waited for the slave Ford to enter the landing bay and for Fett to be escorted into her presence. Ignoring the guards, the masked bounty hunter strode directly up to Nola Tarcona, his shoulders squared. In one gauntleted hand, he carried the data cylinder. The slitted visor showed nothing of his face. It was difficult to read his body language, but Nola decided she detected a swagger of pride that had been missing the previous times he had come for her. We cornered Born on Thol, Fett said without any greeting. He escaped in a small life pod and triggered his ship to self-destruct. Nola wanted to strangle someone nearby. He got away? You dare report further failure? No, Fett said. He held up a data cylinder. Before his ship exploded, I sliced into his computer and drained the files. I sorted through them during my flight here. He handed the cylinder to her. Thol took Fronterat's nav computer with him, but he went to the place you seek 5 days ago. His own log carried the precise coordinates. Barely able to contain her excitement, Nola snatched the cylinder, raised her clawed fingers, and motioned for a data reader to be brought to her. A Tal's guard hustled up with the apparatus. She inserted the cylinder and began scanning files. Her rose quartz eyes flicked from side to side. Finally, Nola bared her sharp teeth in a broad grin. Yes, she said, it is here. This changes everything. Leaping out of her stone chair and called the other guards to her side. Generals to her side. Then she instructed her Celestin clerks to pay Boba Fett the full bounty from the Diversity Alliance coffers. Our business is finished, then, Nola Tarcona. Yes, of course. She waved impatiently to get rid of him so that she could discuss Diversity Alliance plans with her generals in privacy. When Fett was gone, she gathered Corsic, Cambria, and Rulk around her. Assemble them, Amrata. All the ships we have. Nothing will stop us now, Corsic. You and Rollock will come with me. We'll go directly to the storehouse and take as many plague samples as we want. Cambria, you will remain here and deal with the New Republic inspectors. Delay them until we can unleash our final solution. Me? The Devilorian said in alarm. She lifted her pointed chin so that the curved horns tilted backward. But what am I to say to them? How will I answer their questions? Nola scowled at her. Use your imagination. Clear away anything that might arouse suspicion. Remove the slaves from the spice mines and find volunteers to work there. Hide all the weapon storehouses. Make sure the team spends most of its time in our happy, tame Twi'lek cities, cliff cities. That should convince them everything's in order. But how long will I have to keep them distracted? Not long, Colonel Tarcona answered, gesturing from Corsic to Rolf to follow her. Once we reach the plague storehouses and get what we need, we'll never have to worry about humans again.